Hello, everyone. This is Moncef Afkir, and thank you so much for joining us in this new call of Your Divine Uniqueness. So today, so again, it will not be an interview. It's me doing a guided process for the group, whether you are joining us live or watching on the live page, or if you will be watching or listening to the replay. And so the process will be about 40 minutes, and just a brief introduction about what happens is that I talk about a few themes, 2 to 3 themes in general, and I speak about them, and also I hold the frequencies that really bring more safety, more grounding, to be able to contemplate those themes or issues in our daily life with more ease, because many times, especially when we feel frustrated or maybe in pain, it becomes difficult to maybe trying to be aware of what is happening within us because of the maybe the outer experiences that we are having, and also holding the space along with spirits or benevolent beings who assist in shifting anything that needs to be transmuted regarding those themes that I speak about. And the experience of each one can be like different from one person to the other. And also I like from the past group sessions I did, I really received really great feedback. I'm very honored that it served other people, and really I'm happy that they received very deep experience, profound experience, and it helped them to shift or heal some aspects in their life. And so let's start. So in the beginning, I invite you to take 3 deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, then exhale through your mouth. And I will stay silent for you to do the breathing at your own pace. I invite our higher selves and spirit guides, and also the benevolent beings, to be here with us, assisting us in this journey. And the first theme is about discerning the truth within. And because many times it becomes maybe some confusing, and we may not be aware of, or maybe not able to really know the truth of what is happening around us, and also what we see on the media, because like they use the, how to say, human emotions, especially when it is really high, and it becomes easy to believe anything that we see. And before talking about that, because for me, from my point of view, is we start knowing or seeing the truth behind what is happening around us when we become more and more aware of our own emotions, and also what is happening within us, and becoming more and more connected to our own truth. because many times it's, how to say, especially when we are very confused or in pain, or maybe we don't have clarity about something, the first reaction is we try to find the answers outside of us, or trying to find someone who can give us the answers or take a decision instead of us. And I don't mean like when we need support, we ask for it. I mean, I don't mean that if we need support, we avoid that. I mean, it's a co-creation. At some points, we need support from others and guidance as well. But more, it's more about knowing that from our hearts that someone will support us in some way. But if we, especially when it's things are confusing and there are maybe many thoughts in our head, and we create like an urgency that we want the answer right now. And the more we do that, the more we create more confusion and frustration. But when we take some moments to just slow down, to be okay not knowing the answer right away, to just try to breathe and try to understand what's happening within us, asking question why I am feeling that way, why I am trying to run away from this feeling. With time, we become more familiar with what is happening within us. We have this awareness which gets stronger and stronger with time. And at some point, it becomes more natural. It's not something that we need to force. And when we start understanding this, start understanding why we feel in some way, understand those emotions within us that sometimes are really high. When they are triggered from the outside world, like the media, for example, we have this ability to know that we are triggered instead of it. It's just how to say it. We become with time more able to discern between if something is really true or if this is just a trigger. And take a deep breath. And also because we are getting used to slow down and try to see, try to understand what's happening. We don't react fast as before. It's because many times, like on the media, they play on the emotional aspects of the receivers. And then with time, we start noticing the narrative that is repeated many times, the fear that is being triggered, and we become more in our own power. We become more able to discern the truth of what is really true or what is just created to make people in more fear. So take a deep breath. And I will stay silent for a few minutes for you just to contemplate these aspects in your life and also energetically with spirit supporting to bring more grounding, more safety to slow down and try to see, maybe to face the things within us that sometimes we feel scared of or are not able to just be aware of. And yeah, so take a deep breath. take a deep breath. And now I will speak a little bit about relationships in general. And especially when we find ourselves in maybe continuous situations of maybe feeling judged by others, or not feeling like free to express our truth. Or in general, like feeling negativity when we are with others, when we just try to be ourselves. And what happens, we may find ourselves in like constantly criticizing others or feeling a victim, that we are being like our freedom is being suppressed, or a similar situation. And also I found myself many times in that, just criticizing others, of not being able to speak my truth. And I'm not talking here about the extreme situations where really we are not really able to just maybe, if I don't know how to express this, but those extreme situations that really feel hard to just breathe in those space, it can be helpful to find a space or group of people where we can just express who we are, be ourselves, or if you feel guided to move. But I'm talking about like general relationships and general day-to-day experience that we can have. And in those situations, it becomes, when we are in this constant space where we feel victim and criticize others, it becomes very difficult to see maybe the light within them or their essence. And here I'm not saying to justify their behaviors, but just be able to see the lights within everyone and holding that light for everyone. It's part of being in service to the collective awakening. And here again, like from my opinion, it starts from ourselves. The more we see the light within us, the more we are able to see that in other people. And it's also it's like when we fall, we are able to stand up again, especially when we judge ourselves for doing something that's we judge as wrong, or we identify as wrong, by the culture or the group we are in. It's sometimes we have some guilt or maybe pain because we did that. But when we try to hold the space for ourselves, remind ourselves that we do the best we can, and because all of us are in this together, at some point we do that. It may happen that other people may be hurt by us. This is how to say, it's part of the human experience. And I'm not saying that intentionally it's okay to intentionally hurt others. It just when it happens, reminding ourselves that we are doing the best we can, and holding the space, loving space, kind and safe space for ourselves, even though others are judging us. It really can help us to see the light within ourselves, that we are playing this game of duality, because it's not just out there, it's within us also. We have also those two aspects. We may call positive and negative, and it's always flowing. Take a deep breath. And it's okay to feel sadness, to feel resentments toward ourselves in those situations. I mean, we don't need to force to remove those emotions, but just allow them to happen through us. Like I mentioned a few times before in other sessions, it's not about like fighting those emotions, but more about allowing them to move through us without getting identified by them. That these are not part of who we are. It's just an experience, and it's temporary. Everything is temporary, and it needs some time to flow through us. And with more experiences, it's even though like now we feel frustrated that we don't move forward in that, but with time, when we, like for example, now if we compare where we are now to a few years before or a few months, we will see a big difference in how we handle our maybe the challenges or emotions. So it's the same. It's the shift. Sometimes need us to be more patient and allow the shift to happen. And take a deep breath. And with time, when we are more deeply connected to who we are more gentle, more kind, more loving to ourselves, and we see more and more the light within us, independently of the actions that we do. We start seeing that in others, and also we start like that need that we had to try to convince others to honor our beliefs or our truth or what we choose. It's like it decrease with time. We don't have that need anymore like before, and as a result, we feel much less frustration when we are with others. For example, if we are in their own space, like we are visiting them, it's more about, we become more like honoring their space and honoring their belief, and without the need to try to change them. And at the same time, we are able to see the light within them, to see the essence, and we can co-create, even though we have maybe huge differences. And also, it's not about giving up on our truth, but, or if we need to create boundaries, we need to do that when it's needed, but honoring others in their own space, and also honoring ourselves by creating space or finding space where we can be, just be who we are, to share our truth, to express ourselves freely. It can be very, very important. Take a deep breath. And yeah, again, I will stay silent for a few minutes, and you can just contemplate this. Maybe this need to change others for us to express ourselves. just to see that if it happens in your life, especially now we are in the holiday season. And yeah, also just allow yourself to be in that space to receive the energy and frequency held in that space by spirit and also myself, and allow any shift to happen. So there is nothing to do on your end. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And yeah, now I would like to talk or speak a little bit about keeping moving forward, especially when we've been waiting for a long time. Like we hear a lot that things will shift, but we still don't see it in the outer world, and it becomes more difficult to keep believing that we will see what we want at some point in the future. And here, what I want to mention is that, how to say, when we feel maybe this, when we are in that state, maybe giving up or disappointment, it can be very helpful to slow down, to find some time to just relax and to rest. Because many times when we have intentions and we put so many energy on it, at some point energetically we may feel tired, and we need to build up more energy. And take a deep breath. And how I see this is trying to keep the momentum going, instead of suddenly like stopping it, and then we need to build a new momentum. It's when building something new, it takes from us much more energy when compared to when the momentum it's already running. So it's more about when we have the energy, we are more creative, we create more, we give more energy, but then at some point we need to slow down and rest, while keeping that momentum going without stopping it. And because especially when we are tired, this is where we feel doubt, and when we have those thoughts of giving up. But if for example, if we feel guided that we need to shift path, but it's also like keeping the momentum going while shifting path. It's not about stopping right away without before starting the new momentum, the new path. It's more like slowing down, then starting to create a new momentum, little by little, step by step, until it starts running on its own. Take a deep breath. And also having something like a hobby or passion that there is no, how to say, you can call it agenda behind it, behind doing it, or an end goal. We just do it to enjoy it because we are passionate about. Can also keep having, like, help us keep this feeling of momentum. And because this feeling of momentum help us to keep believing, because when we stop it, it's there when, like I said, when the doubts and the need to give up starts coming to us. Take a deep breath. And also when we don't have clarity about the next step, it can be very helpful to ask for guidance, whether inner guidance or like which is from spirit guides or beings that we feel connected to, or also someone that can support us in our path. Because when we are in that state of non-clarity, sometimes we are not able to see different solutions that are available to us. And sometimes we need some flexibility to shift the way we create things, the way we do things, or the actions that we take. And this sometimes needs to be more grounded, to be more in the present moment. And like I said, like to be able to see that it's having those times where we slow down and take time for ourselves to just relax and rest. Take a deep breath. And like I said, having those maybe hobby or passion, those things that may not be at some point like vocation or career. It's just to have fun, because many times, especially when we are in this spiritual journey, we do energy healing. We start taking at some point things very seriously, and we forget to just enjoy simple things in our life. And bringing that aspect in our life can really lighten up the energy, and also help us to maintain this this belief in what we want to create, in our worth, in receiving what we want to receive. And yeah, I will again stay silent for a few minutes. And again, you don't need to do anything, just be in that space, in this energy, and allow anything that needs to shift to be shifted. And yeah, spirit will be working with each one of you individually. So just be. So take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And yeah, so thank you so much for joining me and the group in this journey. And yeah, so we're grateful to co-creating for co-creating this experience with me. So every one of us is contributing to this. So thank you for that. And also I thank our guides and spirits for assisting us in this journey as well. And also now I ask energetically that each and every one of us will be back to their own energy field, their own space. So after that, like we don't keep others' energy within our own field. And yeah, so let's see. Thank you, Destiny. Thank you, Karen. Yeah, also I will be hosting 4 other sessions, group sessions. The coming ones will be tomorrow, December 16, and let me check on the page here. So December 16 and 30, and then there is January 14 and 28th. So if you would like to join maybe 1, 2, or 4 of them, you can sign up on the page yourdivineuniqueness.com/Moncef, MONCEF, or you can click on the special offer button, which is on the webcast page or on the replay page. And as well, you will find the link on the description on the YouTube video. Yeah, on the description section. And so you will have the choice to join either those or maybe wait for a future group session. And yeah, so thank you again, and I'm sending you so much love. And the next session, because this is the last live call in this season, the next one will be on January 9. It will be live. So January we will have more like 2 to 3 calls per week, more than this season. And then after that, we will be back to live calls per week. And yeah, I wish you happy holidays, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.